The Jeffrey Epstein scandal had rocked the world for several years. People were shocked to hear about the sheer number of victims that Epstein and his associates had managed to procure. The man behind the operation was modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel. His connection to Epstein and Maxwell meant that he was responsible for finding more than 1,000 young girls for the pair to exploit. Now, Brunel had been found dead in his prison cell, apparently by suicide. The news had sent shockwaves through the media, and Ghislaine Maxwell's family was scared for her safety. Maxwell was currently being held in the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, and her brother had expressed concerns that she was not going to be safe. Maxwell's brother had told the New York Post that he was in total shock and bewilderment about Brunel's death. He found it ironic that his sister remained on suicide watch while Epstein and Brunel were not. Brunel had been alone when he died, and there were no cameras nearby to record his last moments. Conspiracy theorists were going to have a field day, given that both Epstein and Brunel had committed suicide rather than face the music and legal punishment. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew had agreed to settle a lawsuit put forward by Virginia Roberts. She had claimed that the prince sexually abused her after the pair were introduced through Epstein and Maxwell. The prince settled the lawsuit but did not confess any guilt or admit any wrongdoing. Roberts had also accused Brunel of procuring thousands of little girls for Epstein to rape. Epstein's Pimp was awaiting trial in France for the charge of raping minors. Roberts was disappointed that she did not get the chance to see Brunel go through the final trial to hold him accountable. Nevertheless, she confirmed that his suicide ends another chapter. The Epstein scandal had highlighted a much larger issue with the exploitation of young girls. Epstein and his associates had managed to operate for so long because of their connections and wealth. The fact that people like Brunel were able to find so many young girls for Epstein and Maxwell to exploit showed just how deep this issue ran. The deaths of Epstein and Brunel had left many questions unanswered. Conspiracy theories were rife, and many people wanted answers. However, one thing was clear: the issue of the exploitation of young girls needed to be addressed, and people like Epstein and his associates needed to be held accountable for their actions.